Imagine this. You're sitting in your living room, watching TV, relaxing after a long day. Your kids are asleep upstairs, the blinds are drawn, the doors are locked. You're in your home, your castle, your private space. You feel safe. But what if I told you that from 100 yards away, police could be watching you right now? Through your walls, through your brick, through your sheetrock, tracking your movements in real time. A new technology called Xaver is doing exactly that. It looks like photography equipment on a tripod. Police set it up outside your home, and suddenly they can see how many people are inside, where they're standing, and even what they're reaching for. The device can record video, take still photos, and feed data through artificial intelligence to interpret exactly what's happening behind your walls. In this video, I'm breaking down how this technology works, how cops are using it, and whether it's legal for them to use it without a warrant. And stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you the countermeasure that makes this technology completely useless. Before I break it down, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell. You do not want to be searching for this video after police have already scanned your home. Let's start with how this technology works. The device is called Xaver. It's made by a company called Kyllo, and it uses radar signals to detect movement through solid walls. Think of it like Superman's X-ray vision, but powered by science. The device sends a radar pulse through the wall, and when that pulse hits a human body, it bounces back. The AI then interprets that bounce to tell the officer exactly where you're standing, whether you're sitting or standing, and even micro movements like reaching into your pocket. It's incredibly precise. If someone grabs something from their pocket and hands it to another person, the officer can see that happening in real time. It's not just detecting life, it's detecting activity. And here's where it gets scary. The officer doesn't have to be right outside your door. They can set up this equipment from as far away as a football field, over 100 yards. They can be parked down the street, behind a tree, or in an unmarked van, watching you through your walls without you ever knowing. Now, this technology isn't brand new. Police have been using a less advanced version called Range R for years. But Range R required the officer to hold the device against the wall to get a reading. Xaver is different. You don't have to touch the wall. You just point it from a distance, and the radar does the rest. Here's the real problem. Police have been using this technology for years without courts knowing about it. In 2015, during a suppression hearing in a Denver courtroom, a police officer testified about using a Range R device. The defense attorney had to cross-examine him vigorously to get that information. The officer admitted the device was a handheld Doppler device that picks up breathing and movement within a house. The FBI and the U.S. Marshals had been using this technology since at least 2012, but courts didn't learn about its existence until 2015. That's 3 years of warrantless surveillance without any judicial oversight. So, is this technology legal? The Supreme Court hasn't ruled on Xaver specifically, but they did rule on a similar issue in 2001. In Kyllo v. United States, the court ruled that police cannot use thermal imaging devices to scan a home without a warrant. The court said that using technology to gather information from inside a home that couldn't otherwise be obtained without physical intrusion is a search under the Fourth Amendment. In 2013, the court further limited police in Florida v. Jardines, ruling that officers cannot even bring a drug dog to your front door without a warrant because the area immediately around your home is protected. Justice Scalia wrote in that opinion, "The core of the Fourth Amendment is the right of a man to retreat into his own home and there be free from unreasonable government intrusion." You would think police would have gotten the message. They didn't. Let me give you an example. In United States v. Denson, a fugitive task force tracked a parole violator to a house. Before they forced the door open, they used Range R technology to confirm someone was inside. But here's the catch. The officer's original report never mentioned the technology. He wrote that they had reasonable suspicion that the suspect was inside, but he conveniently left out that they had used a radar device to confirm it. The suspect was arrested and charged with illegally possessing firearms. His lawyers tried to have the evidence thrown out, but the 10th Circuit upheld the search. Why? Because he was on parole, and parolees lose most of their Fourth Amendment rights. But the bigger issue is that police had been using this technology for over 2 years without anyone knowing. How many other people's rights were violated because no one ever dug deeper? How many lazy lawyers just took the police report as the truth? If you think this is rare, consider this. A Florida sergeant sent an email to other officers asking them not to reveal how they were obtaining evidence. He told them to say they got it from a confidential source, instead of admitting they used a cell site simulator. This is the same Stingray technology I covered in a previous video. Police were deliberately hiding their use of technology so courts wouldn't learn about it. A former supervisor of the U.S. Marshals said his deputies aren't supposed to lie about using technology, but they are encouraged not to tell anyone they're using it, so they can keep it secret for future investigations. Now, let me be clear. This technology isn't all bad. When used properly, it can help first responders find someone trapped in a burning building or locate a hostage in a crisis situation. Firefighters can use it to find bodies in a burning building. It can save lives. But the problem is never the technology. It's how people choose to use it. And when police use it without warrants or judicial oversight, it becomes a Fourth Amendment violation. Here's what needs to happen. Federal, state, and local authorities should be required to disclose whenever they use this technology. They should include it in their search warrant affidavits and in their police reports. That way, defense attorneys can challenge it, and courts can decide whether the use of the technology was constitutional. Because right now, police are using advanced technology unchecked for years until they get caught. And as long as courts continue to enable that behavior, your privacy rights will continue to erode. Now, I promised you a countermeasure that makes this technology completely useless. Here it is. Radar technology can penetrate most walls: brick, stucco, plywood, sheetrock. But there's one thing it cannot penetrate: metal. If you line your walls with metal or foil, the radar signals bounce off, and the device gets nothing but static. Metal buildings are completely immune to this technology. If you live in a metal building or a home with metal-lined walls, this technology is completely ineffective against you. Will you go out and line your entire home with metal foil? Probably not. But knowing that this technology has limitations is the first step in protecting yourself. The real solution is transparency. Police should not be allowed to use technology that invades your privacy without a warrant, and courts should not allow them to hide their use of it. If this video helped you understand how police are using technology to see through your walls, hit that like button right now. Subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And drop a comment below. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt your privacy was violated by police surveillance? I read every comment, and I will see you in the next video.